Mary from Balloon Utopia, DIY balloon art, and Market with Balloons. Today we are going to learn how to make a butterfly cloud 9. This is perfect for those garden themes or those, those fairy parties or the butterfly themes or the nature parties or just when you want something pretty. So to start with, we have our lamp base. Now, I'm using a lamp base. This is probably from IKEA, maybe from Walmart or Target. Here's the thing though, if you're using a lamp base, it's fine for indoors. You don't want to use it outdoors. But since we're indoors, I'm going to go ahead and use it. If you're outdoors, you want a much wider footprint, I recommend a 2x2 because this one with just a little bit of wind will blow over. And trust me on this, I have learned it the hard way. All right, so to start with, we are going to take our first quad. This is inflated to about 8 inches, and you guys should know by now how to make a quad, but just in case you don't, we have 2 duplets tied together, and we twist those 2 duplets together, and that makes a quad. So we're going to take our 8-inch quad, and we're just going to wrap it on the pole, just like so, okay? Now we're going to take our next quad, which this one here is probably 6 inches, and the same thing, we're going to take it and just wrap it on the pole, making sure that it nestles into the happy spot. And then we're going to take our third quad. For the bottom, we're going to have 3 quads. We're going to take our third quad and find its happy spot and just put it down. And this one's probably inflated to maybe about 5 inches. It's not so important what they're inflated to. What's more important is the relationship between them. You want that kind of graduating look. So you want your bottom balloons to be bigger than your middle balloons, which are bigger than your top balloons. So that's more important. The relationship is more important than the actual sizes. Okay, so now we're going to take our, actually these are probably about 9 inches, I'm guessing, maybe even 10. So we're going to take our big balloons, and this time we're going to twist them onto the top. And now you notice that I have a little balloon here over the top piece, and that's just to make sure A, that this will grip nicely, and B, that if there's anything sharp here, it's not going to pop everything. So I'm going to take my pink balloons, and I'm just going to twist them on, and it is kind of a little bit harder to twist onto the top because you don't have that counter pressure of the bottom. But once we put on our second quad, which is our probably about a 7-inch quad there, then this is gonna, kind of pressure fit it in, okay? And then we'll kind of snug it up and make it all nice and, everybody in their happy spot. All right, so now we're going to take our butterfly foil balloon, and you could do this in any color scheme and in any theme. And now you notice that I have a 260 tied to the base of it, and what's important here is that you want to make sure that you have it tied below the valve, okay? Because if you were to tie it up here above the valve, it could put a tiny little opening into that self-sealing valve, and the air could slowly leak out. And so it might look fine when you set up, and then you come back 2 hours later and you have a deflated balloon. Another thing you also want to be sure of when you're using the foil balloons is that if you inflate it indoors in air conditioning, and then you're going to be taking it outdoors, and it's going to be hot, it might pop. So you want to kind of leave a little bit squishy because that gas inside will expand. So you always want to think about the conditions of where your final product is going to be. All right, so now we're going to take this. We're just going to take our 2 pieces of the 260, and we're just going to kind of bring them down like this and tie them in, and then kind of put them up here, and I'm just going to kind of figure 8 it around, just like so. Okay, and I know it's kind of like leaning a little bit right now. That's okay. Everything that we're doing here is air-filled. We don't need helium to have a good time. Okay, and now I'm going to take my ribbon. So I have some number 4 wide ribbons, and I just kind of, took a length of it about the size of me and cut it off, tied it in the middle, and I put some curling ribbon on it. And so all I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of bring it up in here and just kind of wrap it around and then just bring it down just like that. Now this is way too long. I don't want it this long. So now that I have the whole thing together, now I'm going to say, okay, well, I kind of think I want just about that length. Now you see, This light blue was the end of the roll, so that's why it's all curly. So I'm going to just straighten it out a little bit. And I'm going to bring it, to about right there. Okay, so now I want to make like kind of that little ribbon point to it. So I'm just going to fold it in half, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, I'm just going to fold it in half, and I'm going to cut going down like this. And if I had sharp scissors, that would have been much smoother. So just like this, and then I'm going to kind of separate these out a little bit. And then I also just want to give a little curl to this. Now when you're curling ribbon, you don't need to open your scissors. It's just the pressure against the flat edge. So just like that. And there we have a super cute little butterfly Cloud 9. Now, many of you have my first book, The DIY Balloon Bible for All Seasons. This one here will be in the next installment, which is going to be the DIY Balloon Bible for all occasions or all themes or something like that. And of course, don't forget to get the hat book, the DIY Balloon Hat Bible. So that's that. I hope you enjoyed this edition of Who Wants to Make a Balloon? And don't forget, if you liked it, go ahead and put a little like on the video here. Leave me a comment. Tell me, what else do you want to see me do? I'm doing a video every single week. So I want to know what you guys want to learn. And of course, share with your friends and subscribe to see my weekly videos. Well, there you have it. Go forth and balloonify.